Where is she? Oh no!
Es el mismo jefe de todos, apodado el Señor de los cielos.
Hi, this is the Over the Wall podcast. We have a special for y'all today, a Halloween special. I hope y'all like it. And this is Over the Wall.
Alright. Starting off with today, we all gotta say, why did we choose our costumes? What inspired you to be Batman?
The movies. Alright, so I chose Superman because it was the cheapest thing at Party City. What about you, Jesus?
So I chose a simple fit, El Señor de los Cielos. It's based in Mexico, and you know, our podcast is Over the Wall. And so it just made sense. By you.
Your face squeaking. I know you're sweating, bro.
I'm Pennywise. What? I have no idea. Fool.
Where's the mask?
It was too much money.
Can I take off the hat?
Yeah, I don't know why you kept it on.
Put it in your lap. I wanted Miles Morales, but I couldn't get it, so I just got the other cool thing, which was not this. And then I also have it, so I just got this.
Understandable.
Are you gonna sign up for the season 2 of Squid Games?
Yeah.
Shut up!
No, I know.
Me and Denny, a few weeks ago, we saw like a sign-up sheet, and we saw like people trying to interview. Like, you remember that one girl that tried to do it?
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna make it. But starting off this episode, we have some stories to tell y'all, scary stories, spooky experiences, and crazy theories.
To be honest, dude,
I'm
I'm
gonna get my
scared.
phone to tell the story.
Alright.
Can we all start off on what are we scared of? Like, what's our
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
your biggest fear.
What's your biggest fear?
Well,
Starting
okay.
over there.
My
Starting
biggest
with
fear?
Yeah, what's your biggest fear? Speak up.
Heights.
They're gonna say
My
the
biggest
Joker.
fear is no. My biggest fear is heights.
Like,
Heights, like for real.
like when did you like find out? Like, how did
When I
this?
was like 4.
So let's say like one day we all like take a trip to Six Flags.
Oh,
You would
yeah.
not get to like
No, not. It's more like way higher.
oh
Oh, so like going on top of a building, you can't look down.
Exactly.
yeah, I
Like
feel
roller coasters, I can go because I know
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen. Well,
Well, you don't know that. You know the things that happen.
What's your biggest fear, Danny?
My biggest fear?
Yeah.
Oh, it's what's it called? In the dark, right?
Yeah.
But alone in the dark, that's scary to me, bro. Like at night I can sleep, right?
Yeah.
That's regular. But like, let's say the building's all alone and it's dark. Nah, I can't do that. I can't, bro. No, I can't.
We should go like
No,
to an abandoned house.
We're
one
not
day.
doing that. No,
Come on. Wouldn't
No.
it be fun, bro?
That
Next
would be
year,
fun.
next year,
Bro, yeah,
Halloween.
yeah.
Next year,
Not
Halloween.
me.
Hey, it's all good because, like, you remember, I was going to dress up as Jesus. All I need is the Bible and the cross, and we're chilling, bro. You'll be fine.
just go into like basketball shorts or something. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear, honestly, is like, I think I'll go with the dare. Like, there's nothing really else that's scary other than, like, maybe, yeah, just heights. Because, like,
imagine being like 20 stories up. And then
like that I can do, but it's like the crazy things that people do, like skydiving and then roller coasters. I can handle, but I don't like them.
Dude, it's legit like
I
a
don't-
dream of mine to go skydiving.
Skydiving?
I like the adrenaline of like all that stuff. I've gone bungee jumping, but
Oh.
it was scary. It was like that buildup of like adrenaline when you're like about to get pushed off. Cause I did mine on a chair because I didn't have the guts
Oh.
to jump off.
Oh.
So it's like that adrenaline of like you're telling the dude like. Cause I was all about it. I was telling him to push me, and he didn't want to push me. I was trying to get it done with.
Oh, were they like teasing
Yeah,
you?
yeah. So that adrenaline building up into the point where you're like, it was fun. But I honestly, it's in my bucket list to go skydiving one day.
Skydiving.
I don't know, like I can do roller coasters. It's just that the gut feel like that
I love
that
that.
Yeah,
butterfly.
Yeah, I
I
love
don't
that
like
feeling.
that. It feels so weird. Like I don't know. Like, it doesn't hurt me, but it's just like I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
But I'll still go on the roller coaster.
Yeah, because like the first time that I went to Six Flags, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be fine. There's no spins or anything. Nah, I didn't see it right. And as soon as I got up, I didn't ride any more roller coasters after that. I'm like, no, thank you. And that ride, I was about to lose my glasses too, cause
Oh,
man.
everything, yeah.
dude.
What about you, Adrian?
Adrian, what's your fear?
My biggest fear? are
Women.
chickens.
Eduardo.
Chickens.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You ever been chased by a chicken? Fool? Bro,
Or just birds in general.
Birds?
Yeah, it could be a little small bird.
Okay, look. Okay, like birds are right. Like I can
Yeah.
watch them from a distance, but like I don't know, like that fear of them chasing me. Oh, that's scary.
Like I've seen all the videos and I laugh at people that are getting chased, but like when you're in that situation,
it's
let's see your
terrifying,
stuff.
bro. Because like a chicken,
I'd
it's
rather,
like.
I'd rather have a dog chasing me, a bulldog, than a chicken chasing me.
Because like the bulldog,
Yeah.
like you can.
It's
The
dumb, it's
chicken,
dumb.
no, they're dumb. So, what the?
I don't even want to touch it. That's the thing. Like, touch it, just petting it. No.
My grandma once told me to go grab the chicken because we were gonna cook it. I was in El Salvador. I was like, all right, I got it, but it's a chicken, bro. Bro, I went to it. Fuck no. So I ran out. We never ate that evening.
That's if you ever saw your grandma.
All right, Eduardo, what's your
To
fear?
be honest, fool, I'm like really scared of dogs. It's like,
Is that why you like cats more?
I'm such a cat person. I do not like dogs at all. Dogs like one of my hugest fears.
So like, you know how my dog Bella, how she's
Yeah,
pretty big.
yeah.
Like, if you saw her like barking at you, would you?
Bro, either I'm barking back because I'm that scared. Like, bro, I've been chased by dogs in my neighborhood, fool. Like, as soon as they start barking, I turn around and continue running. It's a natural instinct, bro. I don't know why.
What about
okay,
what
okay,
about
okay.
Milo? There's dog.
I mean, Milo's chill.
Milo-
Dude, they're Chihuahuas and they're
No,
Mexican. Nah, I don't think it's just a normal Chihuahua, bro.
Honestly, I don't
So
know.
what you're
Just
telling me?
any
is-
dog,
Wait, wait, wait.
any
So you're
dog
telling
is
me
scary.
is that you would freak in the sheep?
What?
Oh,
Nice.
Sorry.
Do y'all have any crazy experiences with ghosts or like the paranormal or anything like that?
Nah,
Somewhat,
I don't
not
believe
really.
in ghosts.
But like,
I have.
this is
Alright.
part of the stories, so we'll get into it later. But what's your paranormal?
As crazy as it sounds. So I was chilling with Kevin and Carlos.
Okay.
That Kevin?
No.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah.
brother.
brothers.
Yeah, brother.
So we're watching the Jake Paul video, the one where he goes into the abandoned house.
Uh,
I know. Look. I know it sounds funny. I was, Jake Paul. But look, here we are, bro. So we're watching it, right?
Yeah.
Cool little 3 a.m. Whatever.
I had 3 a.m.
3. Man, nothing else to do. It was a sleepover apparently. And then
Yo, we're freaking the sheets.
so look, bro. So we're watching it, right? Bro, tell me why? Cause there's a part where they were doing the Ouija board, and he looked through the eyeglass, right? And they looked through the eye thing, right? Bro, and then tell me why, bro.
Continue. Well, just continue.
Did he pop out whenever you experienced it?
Bro, you should just continue.
Continue your story.
So,
Where did he come from?
Tell us more.
So we were watching it, right? Like that's the part where he looked through the eyepiece.
Yeah.
Tell me why all the smoke alarms went off and the power went out. Dude, no. I'm out. All the things and the power went out. Dude, no. Bro. Power went back on. We went to sleep. We woke up the next morning. We couldn't believe it. It's just weird how it's just that specific scene where you look through the eyepiece, because apparently you know how it's like
Yeah,
bad or
you
whatever.
can
it's like
see,
that?
you can see like the souls.
Bro, nah. I don't know. Since then, I hate Jake Paul. Jake Paul, nah. Alright,
What's your favorite scary movie?
scary movie?
Scary movie.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not really scary. Yeah. I feel like that's more comedy.
Which one?
My favorite scary movie.
I like scary movie. Which one is it? The one where the guy like is spinning him on the wheelchair on his head? Where they do the dancing stick and the guy in the wheelchair is spinning.
Okay, this is not a scary movie per se, but this is like a movie that terrified me. It's a movie called Zootopia. You ever heard of it?
Why? Why you scared of Zootopia?
And there was this one scene where there was this animal. I think it was a weasel that was going
Scared of weasels?
that was going crazy in the bag, and I was just like, what the fuck?
What do you mean it was going crazy in the back?
Like, it was going crazy. And it was back of a limousine, and then there was this Black Panther that was driving. He was checking, and yeah, we never saw him again.
The Black Panther? The superhero?
Oh, but he will turn them into whatever.
Yeah,
when
with the
they're-
blueberry,
yeah,
and whatever they put. That scared me a ton, but I was just like, damn.
But like, can y'all actually watch scary movies? Cause if I do watch it, I need someone to be there with me. And
I love scary movies. I grew up on scary movies.
and
My
I bet.
mom is like horror fanatic. My mom's like obsessed with Chucky and Annabelle. But before that, it's like my whole family, honestly, except my dad. My dad hates horror movies. I mean, I don't know why, but my whole family's like into that horror scene.
Yeah.
So we like legit decorate around the house whenever Halloween comes around.
Mhm.
This year we couldn't because some personal stuff happened, came up.
Yeah.
But every year we like go all out our best, and it's amazing.
No, yeah, cause like Chucky, I'm starting to look at him, and it's like if he chases you, just like slap him or something, and he stops chasing you. But like Annabelle, the crazy stories and experiences that people have had, is what like freaks me out.
There's a story of Annabelle.
No,
Where-
yeah, like the fact that Chucky's fake, you know, that is. But the
Yeah.
the fact that there's a real Annabelle,
And like
Yeah.
they talk and say this and that,
yeah.
that you're not allowed to do this. And,
No,
that's
because
what scares me. Yeah.
there's a story about Annabelle where a priest, usually he goes and blesses her like every 6 months.
Mhm.
6 months, 1 year, something like that. He goes and blesses like her box. And one day the normal priest couldn't go, so they got the brand new priest. And this is like the actual Annabelle. So the dude goes up to him and like tells him like the rules and stuff, don't disrespect it, this and that. So he goes up to the box and he starts blessing it. But while he's blessing it, he's disrespecting the hell out of it. Like, I mean, oh, this dog's not real, this dog can bite me, this dog's nothing. He's blessing it, throwing it holy water, but at the same time
say no,
saying
that, yeah.
disrespectful stuff. So the dude who owns the dog, the family and the wife, I forgot their name, they're like, you shouldn't have done that. It could lead to something bad. But as long as you bless it, we thank you for that. So the story goes, the priest packed up all his stuff, he left, he starts going home. Normal day, like midday,
Mhm.
like 7, 6, around that, barely sun setting. He's driving home. His car legit fails on the brakes. And like legit, he swerves off swerves off the road, and like it's crazy because he didn't get like no serious injuries, but he got multiple scratches. And Annabelle is known for the scratches. And the story the priest said was the last thing he saw when he was swerving in the road before going off the road. He looked in the back, like the rear view,
Mhm.
and he saw the doll sitting in the back seat.
Dude.
That's the craziest part about it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's
Which
what like.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
which
because
is
Annabelle, like
messed up.
they say all the stories about Annabelle and it's like.
See, yeah, Annabelle I can't do because like there's real like stories that
Mhm.
she's real.
Yeah.
Chucky, nah, I don't. There's no story, but it's just his fate.
Yeah.
I just
But-
say dolls, bro.
Annabelle, yeah.
Dolls in general.
Sounds like yeah.
I feel like every single one of them are possessed.
I remember I sent y'all a picture of like my mom's room and y'all were freaking out because of all the
Bro,
dolls in there.
nah, I don't know how she can sleep peacefully.
My mom loves it, dude. My mom legit goes to like thrifts, and whenever she like finds a doll, I be telling her sometimes like when I go with her, I'm like, I get like a bad energy from this doll, and she's like, I can fix her up. That's what she said.
No.
Yeah,
What's up
like,
with your mom?
that's
she,
why I
yeah,
did
she has a like bunch of like
Every
like a bunch of stuff in her room that are like from the thrift and stuff. That whenever I go in there, I just stare for a bit too long. I get like negative energy. You're like that presence when you're like someone's within that.
Hey,
Yeah.
so like he just said negative energy presence, like, get away from him.
A-train, A-train.
But no, yeah, Annabelle just like,
Oh yeah.
I can't do dolls.
Have you heard of the story of La Mano Peluda? Like the radio show?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Bro, like of the guy that had this talk show, right? And crazy, bro. He had a talk show and he would do, like what's it called, like scary stuff, right? He was talking about like demons, like possessed people, right?
Mhm.
And one time, I believe it was that he was like he had made a deal, right? A pact, right? Had this ring, and they interviewed him, right?
Mhm.
And on the phone call, they heard weird voices, right? Strange, deep voice, bro. What's so funny, bro? It's so
I'm just
funny.
thinking out of there, bro. That there looks hilarious.
What do you do? You're ruining the show, bro.
Continue with your story.
So they heard the weird voices, right?
I'm just gonna ignore that. I got the left.
It's fine. You live another day. You live another day. Hey, continue your story, Daddy. Give me another patch of Sour Patch, please.
Yeah, but you get. Bro, we're just gonna eat these? That's crazy.
When I thought you said La Mano Peluda, you know what I thought of? I thought of, have you ever seen Diary of a Wimpy
Yeah,
Kid?
that's what I thought.
When they
too.
watch the
And then it hit me.
I thought that's what you're saying about.
That's what I was thinking. Then I remember I was like, wait, no, that was a radio show back in the day.
And the wife was like, why is your foot so hairy? He just sees the foot come out, and that's what I thought you were talking about. And yeah, is that the end of your story?
Or not, but the phone call, they heard the deep voices or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they invited a priest, right? He blessed them.
Yeah.
A couple days later, he passed away. And when they went to go look at his thing, right? They couldn't find that ring that he was talking about.
Yeah, continue. I'm interested.
And that's it.
Ooh, have you heard the story about the little girl who prayed to the devil?
Oh, yeah, I actually heard about that.
Aren't they making like a movie of it?
Supposedly, yeah, it's coming out 2024, I think.
It's
So-
coming out. It's
to
coming
watch
out soon.
I thought,
It's called Praise to the Devil, and
yeah, I know.
and then
But the little girl legit used to pray to the devil every night, and the day that she passed away, some random dude came in and like paid for like all the expenses, the food for her to get buried, for her casket. He legit like, it's like he already knew about her death, but the family says they like never saw him before in their life. And the mom went up to the man and asked him, "Why are you doing all of this?" And he simply just said, "Because she was the only one that ever prayed for me."
Yeah, and y'all pray on my
So
downfall.
it was the devil.
Yeah, supposedly.
Oh no, bro.
It's weird, you know.
Dude, nah. I don't know, bro. Have y'all seen the
Exorcist.
story of the lake drying up in where is it?
Lake Lanier.
oh, the one from what is it called? Cameraman, I know you know that lake that dries up. Supposedly there's an angel like hidden under it.
Oh, you're talking about
Oh yeah. It was somewhere in the Middle East.
The
Euphrates
Euphrates
River.
River. Yeah, that supposedly there's an angel chained up down there, and four angels chained up down there, and I guess as the river's drying up, you can hear their screams or whatever, and that when it dries up completely, that's when they'll be let free and loose, and supposedly
Kill half the population.
half the population.
That sounds
Stated
beautiful.
in the Bible, which is crazy.
In the
It's
Bible?
wild.
It's kind of
It's in the
scary.
Bible.
It's
in
kind
the
of
Bible.
scary to think about it. Like,
To be honest,
That's
I think
scary.
it's
They
a
spin
good
it
way
back.
to.
Oh, for real.
Like literally, yeah. Half of the population.
That's,
it's
yeah.
like 4 point something billion
Yeah.
people.
That's a
Wow.
lot.
I'll
How
hope it
close are we
happens,
to
you know?
to that lake?
We need it.
But you can stop eating that now.
Okay, let's
Hey, 1 like, and we go to the Euphrates River. We go
I'm
experience
so
that.
Because we
down.
got the money.
I'm so down.
We got 20 on the other one. Raise it up.
What?
We're
One
going
like,
to the Euphrates River in VR.
hitting that like
We're going to
button.
the base rug tunnel.
Hitting that like button will not get you killed.
Shut up.
Hit that like button for God's power.
Let's talk about a story that I had. So in December, I went to Mexico, right?
Mexico's scary.
And you know Mexico's scary for it's every type of reason: paranormal, La Llorona, El Cucuy, and criminals. But like that, this is not what we're talking about.
What was that other one?
So
Los pobrecitos de los gasolina.
Chupacabra?
You're so
Anyway,
wild.
continue with your story.
so when we got there, obviously we spent the night at my grandma's house. Me, my sister, my family, and everyone spent the night at my grandma's house.
And what happened next?
And then my cousins came and they stayed at my aunt's house, so that house was already full too. And then when they left, me, my sister, and my little cousin decided to stay at my aunt's house.
For what, bro?
So like, cause we took air mattresses and they disinflated, so we're like, oh, we got beds over there, let's go with them. The one night before we leave to Mexico, me, my sister, and my little cousin, we stayed in one room. I stayed in one bed, and then my little cousin, and my sister stayed on the other. My little cousin fell asleep, and it was like 1 in the morning, and we didn't like really care about anything. The window was open and the door didn't have a lock. But me and my sister we were just on TikTok trying to kill time. We're like, oh, we want to go to sleep, but we don't because we're about to leave and we're gonna experience last time here. Tell me why wind starts blowing through the window, this door starts hitting in and out, and then we start hearing dogs bark. I'm like, hey, do you like what's going on? And the window was right beside my bed, so I was even more scared. But like, I got up and checked out there. All I saw was the neighbor's lights on, but nothing else was there. And then to the left of that house was like what you call cerro, and it's like just straight up desert, and it was dark. Tell me why you hear screaming and the dogs start howling even louder, and the wind starts blowing even more.
Oh, that kind of
La
sounds like.
Llorona.
It's
It was-
you
it
heard
was
screams,
definitely
but
La
like
Llorona, yeah.
I don't believe in that, and I try not to, and that's why I'm like I joked around about it, but deep down I was scared, but I wasn't trying to show that I was scared because my sister was there and my little cousin too. So I'm like, I'm gonna check to see what it is, and I saw nothing. But like,
Oh, I should have brought my death whistle, dude. I have this, bro. Let me tell ya, I have this whistle
Yeah, we don't want to hear it.
that, dude, it's
I don't think we want to hear it.
brutal, dude. I own this whistle. It's a skull of,
The
Uh,
Aztecs? It was
yeah.
something like with the
but
Aztecs.
it's like an actual Chihuahua skull.
uh-huh.
But yeah, that's the thing that makes it messed up. So, bro, it's brutal, bro. I took it to a show once because I be going to concerts and stuff. I took it to a show once just to mess around. I legit got all the way in the back because this is like an outside show, so it's like a bunch of trees and just like the bands are in front. So I'm legit all the way in the corner. I barely blew on it just to test it out, bro. Like the band, it was so loud that the band even like just stopped for like a good minute. It was, bro.
Why'd you mess up the show, boy?
Bro, no, legit. When I tell you, everyone turned around and just stared into like they didn't even look at me, fool.
Into your soul.
They just stared into the forest, and I was like, oh, I messed up. I got scared. I myself got scared. I'm the one that blew it. But bro, I don't, dude. That whistle is like so brutal. But I mean, back in the ages, they were used for like I mean, to like legit.
Sacrifice.
Well, it wasn't a sacrifice. Like the Aztec, like the people like who fought against the Aztec would like stay up in a mountain, and overnight, like 500, 1,000 of them would all get the whistle and blow it at the same time. So, I wish I would have brought it. I would have shown you how loud it is, cause like only one is loud enough. But like imagining like 600 to 1,000 being blown all night sounds terrifying. So they use that to like a really good advantage, where they just blew it all night to make the other people they were fighting against like scared.
Are you scared?
Yeah.
I'm scared just listening to the story.
I heard of
It
it.
sounds
I
like you're
heard
scared.
how it blows. It sounds nasty.
It legit sounds like a
Human
woman
dying.
getting sacrificed.
Like screaming.
Like,
Like, imagine I
yeah.
scream for like.
Pain, like a
Like, yeah,
painful,
painful,
brutal
yeah.
scream.
Agony.
Yeah,
Bro, have you ever heard of skinwalkers?
Yeah.
yeah. I do not believe in them.
I
I
don't-
believe in owls
I
though.
believe in that.
Owls
That was all real.
No, but like Mexico owls.
Like lechuzas, the ones
yeah,
that are
the
witches and
Chusas,
stuff.
yeah. I
Nah,
believe in that.
my dad. So being for real, like my dad, there was always this one owl that would come like in December and stand on top of our tree. Bro, this man would be scared to go to sleep. We're like, bro, it's just an owl. Let it
Nah,
be.
he has every right to. If it's the same owl every year,
In December? Nah, he had.
And then-
something's gonna happen. Bro.
He flashes the whole, like, you know that light where it like zooms in and like a
Oh.
specific, he does that and he's like, nah, if I had a BB gun I'd shoot that. And then I'm like, man, just let the owl be. But no, yeah, like every other December it always comes, but I mean it's an owl. It's not gonna do anything to you.
Honestly, I don't think, and I don't know from my experience. I've never heard nothing bad about owls or to bring bad.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
it's all in Mexico.
Yeah,
It's
in
never
Mexico,
here.
the legend goes that witches can turn into
Turn
owls.
into owls, yeah. But
That's a dead whistle. I mean, that's like
who's
barely
dying back there,
anything.
bro?
Bro, like
But-
owls are just scary in general. Like,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
I was.
I think they're pretty creepy, but like
Like,
they're
just-
also pretty cool. Like
Have you
the
heard
fact-
an owl scream, dude?
Scream.
Yeah.
Well,
I've heard
they
it
don't
roots,
scream,
but
but
I haven't screamed.
Like the owl's just the body's facing this way. And it's just.
Okay.
Nah, that was so sassy. That was so...
The
Nah,
only reason I'm not scared of owls is because of Tootsie Pop.
How many
How many
instances?
dicks?
Exactly.
Yeah.
1, 2, and then he bites it. Like, that's not a lick.
Oh, I
Bro,
got
back
it.
no, back
you
to
go.
skinwalkers. So I heard of this story. It was like on TikTok, of course. It's where this guy in I think it was Ohio.
Oh,
Everything
of course,
else is
Ohio.
Ohio.
Of course,
Ohio.
Ohio. Of course, Ohio. Next story. No, go on, go on. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
it was in Ohio. It was this farmer, and this farmer is also a hunter. So he hunts for his food. He basically does everything in the wilderness. And he was gonna go get a bucket of water, so he would pour it into the. I don't know. He was trying to make something. I think it was manure.
Manure?
Menudo?
Menudo. That's what it sounds like, menudo.
And it was like the sun was setting, so it was already getting pretty late and dark. And every time he got out of the house, he can hear someone screaming. And then from a distance, you can just see someone's body like this, and then moving at the same time. And he kept
It's 30.
Bro.
and and he was just looking from a distance. For some reason, he had a phone, so he recorded a little clip of it, of the person screaming, and as while he was screaming, the person was getting closer and closer, but there was a fence between them, and he was screaming, "Help! Help! Help!" And the farmer knew something was wrong because the person wouldn't stop being in that position. And then it cuts to like him like pouring the water inside the tank of manure, and then he sees the door open of the barn. This big, you know how the barns have big doors. He sees it open a little bit, and he sees like a shape of a human mixed with a little like dog in him. I don't know how you say it, like dog face.
He had the dog in his butt.
Shut up. What's such a good story? Shut up, bro.
And then yeah, it doesn't show anymore. It just
Do y'all think those
It,
stories are
it
real?
feels scary cause
Skinwalk?
I don't know. Have you seen like the Mr. Chill videos? The one that he goes like number 5. The Skinwalker was. I'm like,
Have
but
you
like,
heard of the theory of
the back
Curious
rooms.
the cowardly dog? Courage.
Yeah.
The one where they.
That's exactly
with
what I
the
All
thought
the
of.
people are
The one that was like-
skinwalkers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring
Yeah,
up.
like
yeah.
it sounded like
That's what
bring
we
the
don't want.
slap
That's what we stick to
back or
Pokemon.
something
Yeah,
like
Bring
that.
the slab.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was something based on real life, where there was 2 elderly people
Mhm.
in New Mexico,
Yeah.
and they were just in the middle of nowhere. And something about skinwalkers came, all the little, the little monsters that came into the show,
Yeah.
those were apparently skinwalkers. And they went to go check it out, but the 2 elderly people weren't there. They were just all gone. And the only thing that they found was a dead dog.
Did y'all not know about this?
we don't
And
want
it-
to always.
It's supposedly, like the dog used to like mess with the skinwalkers. Like he was the only one that could like actually
See
tell.
them and stuff.
Yeah, while like it's weird how it's told, cause like supposedly the elderly people knew, cause supposedly somebody else from like over there in the city put a spell on them, and that's why they were living in the middle of nowhere, thinking they could escape, but the dog would like still see them and like try to get them away from the owners and stuff. But it's really weird, yeah.
That's crazy,
I
man.
heard that it was a theory on Curly Cowardly Dog that the dog was thinking that you see the characters and you see the 2 elderly people not like giving a fuck, I guess. Yeah. And the reason the dog is panicking more than the 2 elderly people is because the dog is like doesn't know the people, so it's just strangers. Basically, they're just human beings, but you know how the dog has anxiety, so it just starts barking. So all this time, those characters are just human beings, and the dog is just making it up something more. It's not that scary, but like, yeah, it's just
I mean,
crazy to think
The
about.
one that y'all told me was crazy, bro. Because based on the truth, bro, nah.
Based on the truth.
Which one?
The courage, the
Nah.
cowardly dog, bro.
Somewhere in Georgia, North.
I have a dog story that my dad told me once. Cause my dad, he's like you, right? He doesn't believe in none of that.
Yeah.
But he's had 2 big scares
Uh-huh.
it's left him scarred, right?
Mhm.
So the first one is him with his tia, right?
Mhm.
They were in El Salvador, right? It was a long time ago. He said he was going to his tia's house, and while they were crossing the whatever like woods, they were crossing a river, they heard horses, and they got closer to the horse, like they wanted to find out what it was, right?
Mhm.
So they went closer, and just out of nowhere, they heard that the horses were circling them.
Mhm.
They were circling them, right? Turns out there was no horses. Nobody owned horses back then, like in that area, because
Yeah.
everybody was poor.
Uh-huh.
Why y'all laughing, bro? No way, bro.
He's making that.
He's like-
That
he's
face,
like-
from that one character from the
What face?
The one that's just. The one that's just like. That white boy, I don't know what's his name.
Which one? Speed?
No, the
White
white.
boy M?
No, the white boy that like it's on the TV show. There was like a microphone. You just.
What?
You know the white boy that has
From
a
Victoria?
purple
Yes.
shirt.
The pictures, no, the pictures you sent the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fletcher from
Yeah.
Empire.
Oh, it was Ample.
But that's what you can't make it. So that's what I thought of. Just
But yeah, continue with your
Yeah,
story
sorry.
before you lose it.
Well, you already
The
finished it.
horses.
That's it.
Well, so like back to you with your dad having the experience. That's the only reason my dad like says, because he says that back then when they were like hunting and stuff like that and just messing around, that they would see stuff and hear stuff in the woods and like in the desert and stuff like that. Well, not really the desert, but like the part of the pueblo where no one is and it's just trees and animals and stuff like that. That's the only reason he says that they're lechuzas and stuff. And we're like, I guess you have to see it for yourself to actually.
I don't know. My brother told me a story where he met La Llorona, which is like
He met her, like, did he go to her and greet her, or like she
no,
saw
no, no,
her?
no, no, like
It was face to face.
yeah,
Oh.
So he tells me that one day he was at my grandma's house. So their room, like concrete, and then it's like the window, but the window has like the bars,
Yeah.
like jail cell type of bars.
Yeah.
So it's like that at the window, and it was him and my brother sleeping in that same bed that night because they had just gone into that room because they used to sleep in like separate rooms, but they had just gone into that one room because my dad moved in with him anyways. So he says that he's like peacefully sleeping and then he like instantly wakes up pouring sweat, like it's like the cold season out in Mexico and he's pouring sweat. If anything, he was like, I should have been like freezing because it's cold and he's like pouring in sweat. He wakes up and instantly turns around to check on my brother because he's like, oh, maybe he turned something on that's making it hot in here or something like that.
Mhm.
So he turns and looks at my brother. My brother's like knocked out. As soon as he like, what he said is like, as soon as he tried to wake up my brother, he reached over, but he didn't even get to touch him. He heard chains out in the road. Like, I mean, heavy chains just being dragged, like a dog type of, like a loose dog that has like a big dog that has like a chain on it,
Mhm.
being dragged down the street. So he instantly gets on his knees in the bed and like grabs the bars and tries to like figure where that sound is coming from. And the thing he said that freaked him out the most was as soon as he blinked, all he heard was
Oh.
so he instantly closes his eyes harder, and he legit said all I felt was a really hot breath up to my face. He said it didn't smell like anything, but he felt it. So he's holding on for his dear life to the like bars with his eyes fully closed, and all he hears is like as soon as he opened his eyes, what he said is that I don't know how to explain it to y'all because the way he said it was so descriptive. He saw a really old woman with dried up skin, but somehow still looked wet. He described it like the skin being like scabs type of stuff, but the skin still being like wet and like dirty.
Mhm.
Soon as he like realized that, he falls back and can't move at all. Like he like sleep paralysis type of thing. So he falls back and just can't move. So he tries his best to wake my brother up. He says he has no idea how he pulled like the force to move once again. And all he did was legit lift his foot all the way up as far as he could and let it drop. And the drop from his leg woke my brother up. He said as soon as my brother woke up, he started moving again. Like, he legit was so scared that my mom and my grandma took him to like the lady in the neighborhood that used to like cure people from
Mhm.
like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like they had to rub an egg and all that
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
called,
stuff.
in case y'all didn't know, it's called a barrida,
Mm-hmm.
and they use an egg to like basically
Cleanse
cleanse
you,
you
yeah.
and remove all that energy and stuff.
That's scary because I kind of relate to it because I had sleep paralysis where I couldn't move.
Sleep paralysis is scary.
I've
just
never had a sleep
overall.
paralysis.
I haven't
Yeah.
either,
You
ever.
just see this dark figure and like
And if you don't see it, you feel the presence. That's
yeah,
the
you
thing.
feel like in your heart you're about to like
Nah,
that
man.
something bad is gonna happen. You're just
Yeah.
like, I can't move, I'm awake. Cause sleep paralysis is
Yeah.
your mind's awake, your body is not awake. So you feel like super heavy, and it's not even that. Your rib cage is the most heaviest part in your body supposedly. So imagine feeling already heavy and having that weight on your chest. That's where it's like supposed to be said that the devil like kneels over your chest.
That's why you pray to God and face the wall, so you don't have to see the figure in the middle of your room. No, for real, cause it's crazy. Cause my sister said she had sleep paralysis once, and I'm like, how? Like, out of everyone in this family, how are you gonna have sleep paralysis? And ever since that night, I pray to God before I go to sleep, and I turn around. But I don't like sleeping facing my room at all, cause like I just think of that when I fall asleep like that. So even if I'm like half asleep, I'll turn my body around and sleep that way. I'm not gonna sleep facing that way.
I don't know. I've never had none of those
Nah,
experiences.
I've never
or-
had sleep
It's
paralysis.
really scary because your mind is just hallucinating at that point. and it feels like something is coming after you. And then sometimes you hallucinate a black figure. Like the first time, I was just in my room, and this room is like, let's say everybody's over here. This room is in the last, like nobody's there, nobody's around, and it's really hard to hear somebody yelling your name from that room. And I'm sleeping in that room, and I just wake up from like already a nightmare, so I'm already scared. And I just see like a figure getting closer, like it was touching my leg, but I couldn't feel the touch. I could just feel its presence getting closer and closer, and then it runs away, and it comes back on top of me.
Nah, man. I don't.
Like, and then it just makes weird noises. I don't know what it was, but then I like when I really wake up, it's just like a TV playing in the background. But it wasn't my TV. It was just in the room.
Yeah, the stories about sleep paralysis is like.
It's the
It
thing is that
sucks.
makes it so much worse is that you cannot speak, you cannot scream.
No,
Yeah, you can't.
Like
do anything.
your body is full on non-functional, and you're just like,
When y'all had it, did y'all like tear up or cry or anything?
dude.
No, like I
'Cause
just.
my sister, when she said she had it, she said that she was tearing up when like she got out of it, and like she was in shock and she wanted to go wake me up, but
Yeah, that's the first thing I tried to do, but everybody's already awake, so I just left my room fast.
I've never had sleep paralysis, but there's this thing where there's this man in your dreams, but apparently he's not real. And
the one that,
in
yeah.
2001, apparently there was this kid that dreamt of him, and he dreamt of him, and the man told him
Yeah.
to open the window, and after he did that, he listened and he went back to sleep. The day he like woke up, his whole family was dead. And it's weird because after that, there's been like thousands and thousands of people reporting him, but he's not a real person.
Well, yeah, because
But
the kid got sent to therapy, and the therapist was like,
He sent
give
it
me a
out to other
description.
people, too.
Yeah, he was like, give me a description of what this man looked like in your dream. And the therapist like did like a really good sketch of him and left him like out in the room, out in the open, just a sketch. And other patients started coming in and being like, I've seen this man before.
But that's the thing, your mind can't create somebody you never seen before.
Exactly, that's the problem. That's why they don't understand why a bunch of other people have seen him when he's not real.
That's scary. I've never jumped on. I've only
I've
seen the
jumped
thing. Oh,
Get up,
I mean,
get
it
up.
wasn't
get up.
anything weird, but I've dreamt him of before.
It's like, yeah, I've dreamt of him too, and it's like the SpongeBob episode. He's just like in the background, and you can like, you know he's there, but you don't like.
like let's say, does the dream feel eerie, like a nightmare?
No,
or just,
not really. It's just
he's just there, and
Yeah.
you know it's like weird,
It's eerie after.
kind of.
when you wake up and that it hits you, you're like,
It's like-
wait a minute.
I never. I feel like I
We'll
have
put a
seen
picture of him on the screen, but
Yeah.
That's scary.
So
So that was a great episode, boys.
that was.
Very good episode. Appreciate all of y'all. Y'all already know my boys. Appreciate the cameraman, Emmanuel.
Y'all come in frame
Victor.
for a minute. Come in frame for a minute. Yeah.
You gotta introduce
My
him.
name.
Alex, we're talking to you
Come
too.
on,
Alex, you
Alex.
too.
And
Come
Kevin,
on.
who brings the problems, come in.
The Cecily Bandit. Can you come in the frame?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. That's
We're
it.
also gonna have a quick
Bro, we
little
should
short
keep
clip
this
of
man
Batman
like
versus
that.
Superman.
Every episode, we should just keep him like that.
But yeah.
Alright, so this was Over the Wall. This is the Halloween special.
Hold on.
Oh,
Before we end it, are any of y'all going trick or treating?
No.
I'm gonna
Nah.
judge
We're too old for this.
I'm gonna return this costume.
I'm putting on a show. So.
I'm gonna go just finish
Alright. This was Over the Wall. Want you to have a nice day and stay safe when you're trick or treating.
Happy Halloween. See you.
Happy Halloween.
See ya.
It didn't have to be like this. Vengeance.